Here we go, the What It Takes Radio Company, a premier video and audio production studio. It's What It Takes with Stan Houston. And you need to remember and to read The Secret Sign. That's right. And here's the story. Greetings, Rob, and all of the other perhaps colleagues at Libsyn. This is Stan once again. I've sent you 3 or 4 kind of audition videos to show you how I could be very, very helpful to you and your work as we are trying to help people be very successful, not just as podcasters. That's where I and we should all be very different. Anybody can be taught how to be, not necessarily to be, but to do a podcast. And that's what 99% of most of the training is all about, how to do a podcast. But that's not good enough. You not only have to know how to do a podcast, you perhaps have to learn how to be a podcaster. And that's not necessarily good enough. That means you have to be a broadcaster. And you have to be very good at it. One of the reasons I really coach people this way is I point out to them, particularly many of their videos and their programs are decidedly amateur. Well, that's okay. You are an amateur. But remember, you're competing. Not just a bunch of other amateurs competing against another bunch of other amateurs. The people who are in podcasting or watching any of the video and media programs that are around by the hundreds and thousands, many of those are very, very good people in terms of their professional abilities. And the fact that you are a good, maybe even enhanced amateur is never really good enough if you want to make it in the long term. Eventually, your goal, if you want to make it, is that you will not only be good at podcasting, but you'll also understand that there's more to it. It's broadcasting. And the key to the whole deal is that you are a very good broadcaster and that you are continually seeking ways to be more connected, more, I'd say, special to the people out there. See, ultimately, broadcasting to be done well is not about you and your program and your broadcast. That's important. I mean, I've done thousands of radio programs. I know that. But after a while, you're going to have to come to the point where you, not just your message and not just your songs, not just your information, not just your content, but you make the difference. There is a relationship that is built. So I encourage people to take it seriously and take it professionally. That's why I oftentimes say to people is if you're going to be a podcaster, don't sit down. Don't sit down. Stand up. Learn how to speak standing up as if you were performing in front of people. Just don't slouch in a chair. Find a way, as I do, to actually have a studio situation. Not only for my podcasting, but obviously for my video broadcasting and podcasting. A variety of things. It's not just a desk with a microphone, maybe a computer, and maybe a few instruments. Maybe you have a mixing board, or if you're like me, you certainly have a roadie podcaster. However, it's more to it than that. Also, get into it. Like I have a golden microphone. Now, it's certainly not the $900 golden microphone that Rush Limbaugh proclaimed that he had. In fact, it's interesting that this golden microphone is really quite inexpensive, but it's very, very good. It works just fine. There's no excuse not to have good technology anymore. Make sure you give time not only to your talent, but to your technology. And learn how to use it and learn how to do it well. All of that is important. But today I'm going to give you, and this is my final sign-off, I'm going to give you one of my most important lessons. And so here it goes. If you really want to be a good broadcaster, remember that everybody you meet And everybody who is listening, everybody who is viewing, is wearing what I call a secret sign. That's right. You don't see it, it's invisible. But this is a sign that everybody is wearing. Do you want to see or know what the sign is? Well, let me show it to you. Can you see that? That's it. It may be simple, like this one. It may be beautiful. It may be all kinds of different ways. But everybody is wearing a sign that says, please tell me I'm important. That's right. Please tell me I'm important. Make them feel important. One of my mentors, never met him, but I listened to him, and I listened to all of the legacy communication he left for us. And that's the wonderful thing about being a podcaster, broadcaster. Even though Earl Nightingale has been gone for many years, his voice and his wisdom and his insight and truth carries on. One of the things I'm glad about is that at my age and stage, I'm not going to be around a whole lot longer, probably. But I do have a little touch of immortality. Yeah, because there's a lot of that stuff out there. Some of it good, some of it not so good. Some of it is, you know, just another radio program. But some of it's pretty good. Some of it's perhaps even great. Maybe it's even transformative. Like we're doing a podcast called The Transformation Project, which is to try and help people truly change their lives. Yeah, not just information, but transformation. And so, Earl Nightingale said this. He said, let me tell you a secret. And the secret is that if you want to be successful, treat every person you meet as if they were the most important person in the world. Treat everybody you meet as if they were the most important person in the world. And so I, not only as a business performance coach for over 35 years and a broadcaster for even longer than that, I always try to remember that everybody is wearing that sign. That's right. And then I sometimes simply say is, read the sign. If you want to know what to do, read the sign. Please tell me I'm important. Earl Nightingale, world-class broadcaster, had the voice, had the wisdom, had the insight, had the truth, and had the wit in terms of a sense of humor. But he was real, and he was true, and he was good. And he did just simply standing behind a microphone. Think about that. And laying out the things he had learned and showing other people how they could live a better life, teaching them some of the secrets of true success, lived a very significant life. And he lives on because, in effect, he had the good sense not just to write, but to speak. Because remember, if you really want to make a difference, if it's important, it needs to be heard. I was telling a group of salespeople the other day that they were showing me their brochures and some of the things they had and some of the blogs they had sent out. And I said, please remember, sound sells. That's right, sound sells. People will buy things if they want them for any reasons, from any source, any way. But if they need to be sold, they have to hear. Sound sells. It's not just about typing and texting. That's the problem today. Many people think that's the way to communicate. It's not the way to communicate at all. If you want to communicate, rather than just share or ship information, you have to speak. You have to talk. It's not typing. It's not texting. It's talking. And not preaching, not pitching, uh, and perhaps and not pushing. It is simply, as I oftentimes say, a good radio program is one person talking to another person. And the interesting thing, of course, is that they're both blind. They can't see each other. And so the communication has to be in your sound, in your energy, in your personality, in that way in which somehow they get the message that, you know what, this person, they think I'm important. And you know what, I think they're important too. Remember, it helps to be interesting. But if you teach and tell and show people that they are important, you are interesting. As I used to say on late night radio, just let that sit on your head for a while. Maybe stir your mind, and maybe do the ultimate, touch your heart. I can help you be very good at teaching people how to be world-class broadcasters. So let's see if perhaps we can make a deal so that we can do that together. All the best to you. I wish you all well, whether you accept this idea or not. I'll continue to recommend you. And of course, uh, 3 new clients are coming on board recently, and I'll put them uh, on your payroll. In effect, they will be paying you because I will be recommending Libsyn, insisting that they work with Libsyn. I'm one of the good guys. Take care. All the best to you. Till next time. Bye for now.